Yo, what is up, squad? It is your boy Jers. We're back with another one. I'm in a different place today. I went on vacation, guys, so bear with me. But let's not wait any longer. Let's go ahead and get started. It's your boy. All right, guys. So starting off, we're obviously we're gonna talk a little bit about news, and I let a couple days go by just so we can rack up the news and what is going on. So we're gonna start off with Fran Garcia. He has officially been sold from Real Madrid to Real Betis. It was a fee of $4 million, but Real Madrid are going to keep 50% of their selling rights if in the future they do decide to sell the player. Okay, he will be playing over there in Real Betis for 4 years. And he might not be the only ex Real Madrid player that's going to go there, because it is said that Dani Ceballos has landed over there in Sevilla, and is currently going through negotiations with Real Betis. Okay. I guess we're gonna keep talking a little bit about ex Real Madrid things, because Arbalo Arbeloa is very interested in bringing both Mastantuono and Garcia to Fulham with him. Okay, he was a big fan of how they played, and although it is very unlikely that this will happen, mainly because these two players have already started, or rather will be starting on Monday, the preseason with Real Madrid. It doesn't, he's still very interested in this possibility. So we'll see if that transpires or anything happens. I don't think it's very likely though. Okay. Vasinia, if you guys know, one of the standout goalies, a 40-year-old man from Capo Verde. He is currently being eyed by Lionel Messi's very own Inter Miami. So we'll see if they do bring him in or not. Okay. But speaking about Messi and Argentina, apparently the FBI is currently investigating the Argentinian national team. Okay. So this is in regards to their financial operations, and how they have been handling money that has been coming in, as well as sponsorships. So we'll see what's happening there. I think that this was a little out the blue, but we'll see what happens in regards to that. Okay. As we are, some of us are aware, Amorim, ex-coach from Manchester United and Sporting de Lisboa, is officially the new coach of AC Milan. Okay, he is already looking to make some moves, and the first thing that he wants to do is make sure that Luka Modric does come back for another year. Excuse me, guys. Luka, his contract did end in the ends of June, but he has already had a couple of different conversations with the player, and he is looking to just have him with the team for at least one more year, and it's looking like it could be a done deal. Nothing is official yet, though. Fenerbahce have made an official bid for Mason Greenwood over there in Marseille. They offered about 40 million plus some add-ons, so they could get close to about a $50 million range. And it's looking like the agreement has been set. There has been an agreement between the both teams, as well as the teams and the players. So right now it's just a waiting game. Okay. Moving on, guys. Jorge Jesus, he was the previous coach over there at Al Nassr, for Real Madrid, for Cristiano Ronaldo. He is now going to be the official coach for this Portuguese team. He is set to be there for about 2 years and some change. And he has expressed that he wants Ronaldo to be a key part of this team, especially for the Nations League coming up, as well for the Euro. So we'll see if Ronaldo does decide to elongate his national team career or not. I think that's really up to the player, but I think it'll be interesting to see how that goes, especially after the way that this Portugal team did end up leaving, right? Nonetheless, guys, let's keep moving on. Okay, so Andre Santos, a former Chelsea center mid, he has officially left Chelsea and joined Manchester United. It was a done deal between the both clubs, and it was about $50 million in a package deal. Okay, so he will be with Manchester United for about 5 years. But With that being said, they were able to sign Santos, but they were also not able to sign Tchouaméni because Tchouaméni has officially signed a contract extension with Real Madrid. It turns out that Jose Mourinho does want him to be a key part of this team, wants to patch things up between him and Valverde, and wants to have them be at that core of that. Like mentioned, guys, he will be with this team until 2031. Okay. Arsenal have been making moves as well, and they are heavily linked to Bruno Guimaraes. Okay, they have already made an initial offer of 55 million, which was rejected by Newcastle. They have sent a second bid of about 65, but it is said that Newcastle are currently looking for something closer to the 80 million euro range. Okay, so we'll see if Arsenal does decide to push heavy or if there's going to be any sort of room for negotiations. I don't think that they're going to budge, but we'll find out. Okay, but sticking to that Newcastle conversation, guys, they're closing on a deal for Johan Mosambi, the current standout player for the Switzerland national team. They're close to agreeing on a $64 million deal. And they will, they're currently working with SC Freiburg to get this deal done ASAP. Okay. Um, if you guys remember a couple days ago, whenever England played against against Mexico, the right back Gerald Kwanzaa was given a red card. Well, FIFA has come to a decision that he will be out for 2 games for the suspension for giving that dangerous slide tackle, leaving his foot up to injure the Mexican player. Okay, and one of the latest news, guys. Adeyemi, the left wing for Borussia Dortmund, looks to be heading to some Spanish waters. It is said that Barcelona are currently negotiating with Borussia Dortmund to complete this deal. It is reported that it will be close to $40 million range sell, and they already have the negotiations between the player and the team completed. So this is only, ticking time bomb to see whether the deal gets completed or not. But sticking a little bit with this Borussia Dortmund side, the president of Borussia Dortmund, Joachim Watts, he has very heavily expressed that Haaland is a Real Madrid fan, a real Real Madrid supporter, and he loves Real Madrid, and he sees him being in this Real Madrid team within the next 2 to 3 years. It is not going to happen anytime soon, especially after Haaland did renew his contract all the way to 2031. But who knows what could happen in a couple of years. Right now, it's definitely not a thing. I think that Haaland is very dedicated to see how far he can go with this Man City team. Okay, but Real Madrid are getting ready for the preseason. They should start their preseason on Monday. So they have I want to say like 8 or 9 players that Mourinho is going to be already starting the preseason with. They're going to have Lunin. They're going to have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Carreras, Huijsen, Asensio, Camavinga, Gonzalo Garcia, Mastantuono, Militao, Rodrigo, and Mendy. Mind you, those last 3 are injured players, but nonetheless, we'll see how that goes. Okay, and last but not least, guys, we do need to talk about this France versus Morocco game. I think that I was expecting a little bit more from this Morocco, but with that being said, Saibari, one of the standout players and Bayern Munich's recent purchase, was not able to recover after a muscle strain that he suffered on the last match. France did have an opportunity at the 25th minute where there was a penalty given, and Mbappe did miss. Now later he did come out and blame the fact that there was just like so much confusion on whether he was taking the shot or not, and that it took about 4 minutes for VAR to even decide if it was a penalty or not, and he got distracted. He just lost the concentration. He just lost concentration. Nonetheless, though, it didn't take too long after that. In the second half, Mbappe did make up for it by scoring a beautiful goal on the top right corner, which with that goal, he is tied again with Messi in this tournament as the highest scorer. And not shortly after that, I think it was only 6 minutes later, Dembele made it 2-0 after a beautiful individual play. And just like that, guys, France have eliminated Morocco. One thing that is important to point out is that Mbappe did leave the game a little early with a ankle, I wouldn't say injury. I think he just got hit and it got a little swollen, but he has come out shortly after the game and expressed that it was not a big deal. So that's basically it, guys. That's what happened yesterday, and you know, I think that once again, I was expecting a lot from from this Morocco side, but this France team is too powerful, and I think that whoever they're gonna go against next, whether it be Spain or Belgium, is really gonna have a hard one, right? But yes, today it is Spain versus Belgium. My predictions for this game, guys, is that it's gonna end 1-1 tied, and this is gonna be decided in penalties. And I actually do see Belgium, especially after the game that they played last a couple days ago. I think that they could take this one, especially because if we're talking about penalties, Thibaut Courtois is, a legendary goalie, right? So I don't know what the result could be. This could be either or, but that is my predictions, guys. None other than that, it is your boy. It's been good. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm out here in the sun with a little microphone trying to make this video for y'all, but it's been real. Deuces.